Hey yo, what's up? It's Joe back with a Vim video. So today I'm going to talk about a very cool video, which I think is very cool. Why? Because I just created my first, okay, I'm lying. I'm lying. I haven't created it yet, but I'm about to create my very first plugin right here. So you're going to see me create it. But I did do all of the research and I did start to create it, but I never finished it. So I was like, it's best to just go through the whole process on a video, and that way, it'll probably help people out who's going through the headache that I did trying to figure out like how all this stuff works, man. Like, it's like you gotta do a lot of research sometimes to figure out how stuff works, and it can get really complicated. But the good thing about this is it's not as complicated as you may think. Like, it's actually, I'm not gonna say it's easy, because if I said it's easy, I would be lying. But it's definitely not as hard as I initially thought. Like, I'm no Tim Pope, so I'm not trying to say like I'm like this new, like, hey, I'm this master Vim plugin writer guy. No, that's not me. Not that guy. But what I am is a person that spent some time doing some research and trying to figure out how all this stuff works. And I think I got a lot accomplished. So with that being said, if you're liking these videos, please go ahead and subscribe, and do not forget to hit that bell to get those notifications, because I will appreciate it. And yeah, cheers. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is create a plugin to basically do some conversion for me. So, when writing CSS, right? A lot of people are like, have like pixels. I didn't even see myself. Like, what am I doing? I want to go on the next screen. I'm going back. Bam! I'm there. Corny, I know, but I wanted to be there with you guys. Like, I just wanted you to see me. Like, I don't know. Oh, okay. Let me stop. Maybe not. I don't know. So, but seriously, all jokes aside, because I would joke all day, even though it's corny, but I find it funny. But seriously, all jokes aside, like, when you're writing CSS, a lot of people will have their, like say for instance, they're trying to convert something to EM, right? And then they have the pixels. So then they're like, okay, well, I have, the base is 16 pixels. And if you don't understand pixels to EM, it's not that big of a deal. I just kind of want to show, actually explain why I'm creating this plugin, but that's not really the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is just to show you how you can actually create a plugin. But since I'm creating a plugin to do a specific task, I feel like I should explain the task so it's not confusing, right? Or maybe I'm confusing you more. I guess I really won't know unless you tell me in the comments. It does that to me. Sorry. But yeah, so 16 pixels, right? And you want to convert that to EM. So if you have your base of 16 pixels, and you want to convert that to EM, let's say I want to say 300 pixels. Let's just do 16 pixels to start off with to keep it simple, right? And that's 1 EM, okay? So basically saying that for every 16 is 1. So 16 equals 1, right? So if you wanted to get to like 300 pixels, it's 18.75 EM. Okay. So this may be like, okay, who cares? Like, why are we doing this math? But when you're writing CSS, this actually comes into play a lot. And then sometimes you end up Googling to go find a site like this to do the conversion for you. So how cool would it be if you could just hit a short key, type in the numbers, and bam, wait, hold up. I can't snap. There we go. Snap. Still didn't do it right, but you get what I'm saying. And you just like, bam, like right there, like the value is there without having to Google and go to this site, W3 Schools, which I love, by the way. I'm not dogging them out. Like, great site. But, save time as much as you can. So if you can have that do that for you, that's pretty cool, right? And instead if you can have it do it the opposite. So say you have 16 pixels and you want to convert EM to pixels. So 1 EM is going to give you 16 px, right? So say if I had 5.5 EM or something, right? You have 88 px. So If this is like a different language to you and you're like, what is it you're talking about? I don't understand. It's fine. It's fine. The whole point of this video, like I said, is just to show you how to do a plugin, but I'm just showing you the backstory of why I wanted to create a plugin, because I got tired of you pulling out my phone or doing something, trying to calculate numbers, when I was like, it has to be an easier way to do this. So I built it. All right. So now that we got that out the way, the backstory, I feel like I took like a good 3 minutes going through all this, so I need to speed this up. So let's actually get to the coding. So I use Vim-Plug to handle my plugins. If you don't know what Vim-Plug is, let's just Google real quick. All right. This is Vim-Plug. This is what I use. I'll put the description down in the video. But basically, this is what I use. I'm not going to go through all that, right? Because it's going to take too much time. So I use Vim-Plug to do all of my plugins. But what you can do with Vim-Plug, which actually took me like a little while to figure out, is you can actually have it look at your local like directory. It doesn't really have to always just look at, something that's on like GitHub or, something like that, right? So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I can actually develop locally and then write everything. And then when I'm done, I know it's working. Then I can push it to GitHub and then I can just share it to everybody, which is what I'm going to do when this video is done. And then people can download it and just use it. Right? Perfect. So now that I know that, let's see. So I created this folder structure right here. Just to make this a little bit smaller. I created this folder structure right here, right? So it's a pixel EM converter. Okay, that's what I called it. You don't have to call it that. And one of the main folders that you need is a plugin folder. There are numerous of folders that you can have. You can have like auto load. You can have file FT detect. I think like file type detect and so many others. And you can actually not even use plugin folder. You can do like FT plugin, which does it a different way. But for the simplest and basic plugin, because I'm just learning. So I don't want to get too advanced because I may not even know how to do it. But for this, I do know how to do it. So I create a plugin folder and I just called it pixel-em-converter.vim. So right now this does nothing. So if I look at this file, there's nothing there. Okay. But if I go back to my vimrc or init.vim if you're using NeoVim, which is actually what I'm using. What I could do is say, all right, so I want this to know about my local folder. So I'm going to say code testing. No, actually need to give it that path. What did I call it? Vim plugs and pixel. Yeah, I do have this old one here that I started working on, but I didn't actually get much done because I did more research. But now I think I can actually do it in this video, hoping that everything goes as planned. All right. So now we have that out the way. If I save this, all right. So now I need to source it too, which I have oops, not that. I need to source it because I have a shortcut for sourcing the vimrc file. So now that I have that, I can actually use this. Like if I write something in here, like Vim is going to pick that up. All right, so that's a good thing. So let's make sure it actually works. So let's just say in no remap, let's just say leader, let's just say 99, because would I ever have something that's leader 99? I really don't think so. Maybe I will in the future. But so I'm mapping leader 99. All right, and I'm just gonna say echo hello world, hello world in Vim. Coin, I know. I found it funny, but whatever. And then CR to do a carriage return. All right. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and source it again. Source my vimrc file. And now that we have that, if I do 99, hello world, bam, it just printed. So that is very, very good. Okay. So the reason why this is good is because now I can actually start developing my plugin locally and still use Vim-Plug, what I'm used to handle my plugins. So that step alone is hella cool. All right. So now what I'm going to do is say, let me just do one thing here. All right. Just move that over, push this down a little bit. Not that far down. Maybe right here. All right. Go that up. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. So now we're all set to start writing our plugin. We have everything. Score. It's like messing with me. Like, back up, dog. We have everything set to start doing this plugin. Okay. So what I did is I just went in here and just talked about certain things that I know I'm going to need to make this plugin work. Because if you look here, you're going to need certain values to get everything to work, right? You're going to have a default value for this, right? And you're going to have like some keys mapping. So if they want to convert from PX to EM, they want to convert from EX to PM, EM to PX, all right? So we need to have all of that information. So we're able to do that, all right? So let's go ahead and start doing that. So first, let's just copy this just to make this easier. And let's say if exists, let's see. What am I doing? So okay, so if exist is a built-in function inside of Vim. All right. So just say if. So basically, I'm saying if exists. So I'm testing to see if the user has a default pixel set. You know how you have your vimrc files and you'd be like, let this equals this, like this G colon default, whatever the variable name is. People have you like in the plugins like README, they'd be like, okay, well, if you want this to work, set this value and blah, 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 blah. So this is basically what I'm doing right now. Okay. So if it exists, if they have this value set, then I'm going to say G or let G default pixel equals G default user. Well, G default pixel user equals G default pixel user. All right. But if they don't have this set, then I'm going to have it just equal a default value. And that value is going to be 16 because 16 is normally the default pixel size when you're working with CSS. Okay. That's what most browsers have it set as 16. Why do I always do this? I don't know. Don't judge me. Like, I don't know. I can't even give you a reason, but we're done with that one. Okay. So now let's just do this. Oops. All right. So we have that one done. So now let's look at the map keys. So if it exists, what do we call it? Pixel to EM map keys. Actually, user. So if the user have a map key set for pixel to EM, then we're going to use that. Pixel, come on. And if they don't have one set, then we're going to actually use a default value. And we're going to say, oh, what am I doing? We're going to say this value, since it's pixel to EM, so I think P to E. So we're going to set it to leader and then PE. All right. So leader, my leader is set to comma. Your leader could be set to something else. So leader PE. All right. So now we want to do one for the EM to pixel. All right. So to do that, we're going to say EM map keys user. All right. So if it exists EM to pixel map keys user, then we're going to set it. And we're going to set EM pixel map keys to whatever the user has. So we're kind of just doing the same thing over and over, but we're just doing it for different variables. And then, so I know this is like busy work, but we're almost there. Okay. And for this one, we're going to say leader and then just say EP. This can be, but the good thing about this is if the user has something, they can actually set that and then it won't be leader PE or leader EP or even 16. It'll be whatever they have. So now that we have that, now just to make sure that this is actually working, let's just source the file. Right now I don't have anything like actually set for my global, so it should all be whatever I'm setting here. So let's just see. So let's say let G default pixel. Wait, echo G default pixel 16. All right, there we go. All right, and then let's just, what am I doing? Let's just do a echo pixel. So now we have leader PE. And if we were to do the same for pixel, not pixel, EM, we have leader EP. So we have all those set. So we have our global variables set, which is a great thing. That means we can move on. All right. So we are moving along in our VMRC. No, I'm sorry, in our plugin. What did I just do? I hope I didn't delete everything. I think it's good. All right. So these are going to be the functions that we need. So we need something to set the default pixel. We want to give the user a chance to be able to set the default pixel. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So let's just say function. How does this go? Function set default default pixel, and we're going to have it take a px value because that's going to be the pixel that we're setting. We're going to say abort here. That means that anytime the script fails, it's just going to, like, there's an error, it's just going to abort. Let's do in function, and then here we're just going to say let it's my dog moving again. Same thing in the last video, just never stops. Default pixel equals to px, or actually apx, because anytime you're using like a parameter that's coming in here, you have to append it with a colon to be able to access it. All right, so that's let g default pixel equals apx. So now let's see if that works. So let's source it. Let's see if we can actually use this function. Call set. Let's set it to 20. All right. So now, if we echo the default pixel, which is 20, so that's good. So we're actually stepping. So you see how I'm like writing these in steps and just stepping through and just making sure everything works. Okay. So we got that part done. All right. So we're good with the default pixel. We can delete that. All right. So we need a PX-EM converter. Okay. And this actually doesn't show everything that we're going to do, because we also have to do like some commands, and we also have to do like some the mappings, which we haven't actually did the mappings yet. But I didn't need to put that there because I can remember something, right? So PX to EM converter, okay? So what this is going to do, let's just copy this to make this easier. Let's just put this up a little bit. So EM converter. All right, probably could be a better name for this. Every time I burp, I think I should drink. Cheers. Okay. All right, so now we're there. I'm going to say value is normal to type. All right, and then abort just in case there's an error. So what are we going to do here? We're saying pixel EM converter. So we're taking a value, which is going to be the value of whatever we're trying to convert. Is normal, which is probably why we care about that. Is normal is going to say like if we're coming from normal mode or if we're coming from insert mode, and then you will actually understand why when I get more into this video. Like, okay, I get it. That makes sense. And then to type is basically saying like, are we going to go to a EM or are we going to go to a PX? Okay, so all of this will start coming like making more sense as we go through the video. That was like a cool effect with this like writing. I'm doing it again. Stop it, Joe. Okay. Get so sidetracked sometimes I can't help it. Okay, so basically what we want to do here is just do the actual calculations of the value. So what we're going to do, say if I want to do this, if a.toType equals, and let's just do case insensitive, because we don't care. I don't care about the case right now. if equals to em, then, so basically it's saying if the, whatever type it's trying to convert to is em, then we actually need to do the calculation to get it to em. So to do that calculation, it's going to say let's just call it result. I don't know. Let result equals, so we're going to have the value, which is the value that they passed in, right? Because say for instance they had like 20 and they're trying to convert it to em. It's going to be 20 divided by the default pixel. But one thing we need to do here is just make sure that we allow it to be in a float format. So that's where we're adding the 1.0, because if not, you may end up losing some of the value. So, excuse me. You may end up losing some of the value. Okay. So now that we have that, we also need to do one for the other way. So if it's not em, we're going to just assume that they're trying to convert to px. Okay. So we're going to say if you're trying to convert to px, then to convert to px, you're actually just going to times it by itself, or times it by the default. I don't know why. So we just say result equals value times g default pixel. And here we don't have to worry about doing like the times 1.0, because we had to do this because it's division. We just had to make sure that we get into a decimal. But here it'll turn into a decimal if if it ends up being a decimal or a float. All right. So now that we have that, all we have to do before we go too far, let's just echo the result. All right. So let's just see where we're at right now. So let's just say echo result. I source it, and let's just say call pixel to em converter to say 22 is normal. Let's just say 1, which doesn't really matter at this point, and let's just say em. What did I do wrong? Invalid expression. Yeah, it is an invalid expression. You know why? Because I forgot to put this, and that's why I say you have to put it anytime you're trying to access variables inside of a function. I have to put the a colon because it doesn't know about it. All right. So now let's try that same thing. Okay, so it gave me 1.375. Okay, so right now my base is 16. So if I did like 16, right? Well, not there. If I did here and just say 16, so I'm saying convert it to em. Don't worry about the is normal part. So that should just give me 1.0, because that would be 1.0 em or 1 em. All right, because 16 just make it 1. All right. So we're getting somewhere. So what we need to do here is end up calling this other function down here. So let's just go ahead and do that call. So just to say call, although we haven't built the function yet. So just say pixel to em converter. We're just going to call it helper. We're going to take in the same value is normal and to type again. Call it y. That sounds very much the same, but you'll see why. All right. Not the board here. What am I doing? And here I need to say a colon, because these are all that are passed in. Actually, I'm sorry. This should be result. This will be the result. That's what it is. So we're taking the result of what we get from here and passing it down to this converter helper. I think I lost my train of thought for a second, but I'm back. I'm back. All right. Okay, so now we have the is normal and the to type passing as well as the result. So what is this function going to do? All right. So let's just go ahead and build it. So helper, we're going to say value is normal to type. Abort again, just in case there's an error in function. All right. So let's just move this up a little bit. All right. So now that we have this, we need to actually see what else we need to do with this thing, right? So first we need to actually round the value. And what I'm saying is I only want the value to be up to 3 decimal places. All right. So the way to do that is called, so this is, we just call it rounded equal, just to say round. And then we're going to say the value times 1000 and then divide it by 1000. So as weird as that may seem, that actually is just going to let me get the decimal at 3 decimal places. So let me show you. All right. So what's going on? Fingers on the wrong keys. So let's say round, let's just say 4.5678. All right. 8, whatever. Times 100 divided by 1000. So 4.568. Did you see that? If you missed it. So let's do a 9 here. So as you see, there we go. So that's, I got it now. So if I do 4.56789 and then 1000, so the 1000 will be 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I wanted to make it 3 decimal places, I can take that off and take that off. And then, what am I doing? 4.57. I'm messing up here. So let's do this again. 4.568. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I got confused because I saw an 8, but I get it now. So I was like, why is this not working right? All right, so I hope I didn't just confuse anybody. I do apologize because I think I just confused myself, but I'm back now. Come on. I'm messing up right now. And I started off so good. So rounded, if I do 3 zeros, it's going to be 3 decimal places. And so 1 more 0. All right. So again, just so you can see, here is going to be 3 decimal places, rounded to 3 decimal places, 4.568. If I want to do 2, I'll do 2 zeros and so on and so on and so on. All right. So that's how you get the rounded. So now that I have the rounded value, I want to actually append the toType to it. So toType is going to either be EM or it's going to be PX. All right. So what I want to say is say result equals, let's just say rounded dot. So the rounded is that value. And then we're going to say, so this here is like a concatenation, that period there. So you're going to say period plus a toType. All right. So now let's just say echo the result so we can kind of see where we're at right now. All right. So let's source it. Using float as a string. What are they talking about? Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's why. See, it's good I'm making these mistakes while you're watching it because I'm like, why isn't this working? So what actually I need to do is first to say string because I can't append to a float because it doesn't know how to do that. It needs to be a string first. You're just converting it to a string. So now if I convert rounded to a string and then append the toType, then it should give me that actual value. Oh, first I need to actually source it. All right. So you have the 1.0 EM. Am I echoing two things here? Yeah, I am. Let's just take this echo off. So 1.0 EM. So we're getting somewhere, right? So you're like, oh, okay, so this is maybe not as crazy as I thought, right? We're getting somewhere. So now that we have that value, we actually want to create the create the command. Okay, so we need a command that's going to actually, handle everything we need to handle because we're going to be calling this stuff from mappings. So we need a command that's going to actually work. So let's just say let command equals. So first, let me show you this. So let's just do this just so you can see what I'm about to do. So, like when you're like in insert mode and you do command R and you get that little thing there and then you say equal and then you can put like some numbers here and it pops up on the screen. That's basically what we need to do for this because we want to have it automatically insert the value for the user. All right. And also if you wanted to do something where you wanted to insert like text, you could just do something like that. And see, so now we can have like the numbers and the EM, okay? All right, numbers and the PX. So now we know how to do that. We need to create the command. So the command is going to be C-R, because this means command R. I'm thinking this in my head right now. Command R, then close that, and then equal. And then now that we have the equal sign, this is going to actually be a string. So that's why I put the single quote there, which is, well, I'm pointing like you can see. You can't see. But yeah, the single quote right here, I put the single quote because it needs to be enclosed in the string. Remember how I did this? Like, where would I do that at? Oh yeah, I did it. Remember how I did this? Like it needs to be enclosed in a string. So that's pretty much the same thing. So to be enclosed in a string, and I'm still gonna end up closing that back off. So now I have that first part of the command, and I'm gonna concatenate that with the result, which is also a string, and then I'm gonna concatenate that with should I add in the escape? I guess I don't need an escape right now. Let's just do this for now. All right. So now that we have that, let's do one more thing. Because you probably should actually go into insert mode to actually make this work. And A, you know, when you are like in normal mode and you hit A, and it takes you into insert mode, like kind of like that. All right. So one more thing we need to do is say, well, not one more thing, but another thing we need to do is say, we need to execute, and then we're going to execute. So we're going to say we're executing in normal mode. All right. So I put the normal and the exclamation mark. So basically saying that any keys that the user may have mapped, like I'm not worrying about that. Like I'm disregarding all that. And I'm just using like, you know, vanilla Vim basically. So now we have that, we're going to say execute into normal mode. And we are actually going to close that and then say, do the command. All right. So this right here is all for normal stuff. Like there's a different way to do it for the insert, but let's just, you know, take it a step at a time. And then now that we did that, this may work if I didn't break it. Let's just try something. So let's just say pixel. Oh yeah, sorry. That's why it didn't work. I knew I needed something else. So I need a carriage return here. Oh, and then you put the backslash. That backslash? Yeah. It's just so it knows that you're putting in like a special command. So we're going to do a carriage return. And now I think this makes more sense. Maybe. Missing quote. Oh yeah. Missing a quote. Bam. Oh, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I missed the quote, single quote. Now source it again. This should actually work. Did it work? Oh, I think it did work. I just actually removed it. All right, so you see I'm having that 1.0 EM input it for me. So if I wanted to do something else, I can say, let's just say 300, right? And still put in there for me 18.75 EM. So we're definitely getting somewhere, all right? So what I need to do is, I'm going to have to come back to this later to do some stuff for the insert mode. But before I get to that, let's actually, we can get rid of this for now because we don't need that part no more. Let's actually go ahead and we need to make some commands because this will make this, you know, start working a lot better. All right. So to make a command, we're going to say command. First, we're going to make a command for this set default. Actually, let's just do it below all of this. So we're going to say command, and then we're going to say in args. So this basically says how many args is I'm going to allow from this command. I only want one argument from this command. All right. So this command is going to be called set default pixel, which is actually the same as a function. And then what I'm going to do is call the set default pixel with the n args. So if I did that correctly, I should be able to say set default, which I did, and I should be able to do something like, say the default it was 16, let's set it to 20. All right. So now if I run the same command I did before, I got a different number, 15 EM, right? So let's just say set default is going to be 16 again. 18.75. So as you can see, like now I'm starting to be able to control stuff. I haven't really did the mappings yet, but as you can see, it's starting to come together. So what other commands would I need? So I got that command. So I want a command that's going to say like pixel to em maybe. Pixel. How do I want to do this? Pixel to em pixel or em. I'm trying to see the best way to do this. All right, does this make sense? So I'm gonna have a function that's gonna say pixel to em, and all right, yeah, this makes sense. All right, so pixel to em, okay. So this pixel to em is going to call this pixel em converter. Actually, everything that's all these other commands is going to call this same function, pixel to em converter. So let me just do this a little bit. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. So this is, and I'm calling this function pixel to em converter. So I'm taking that first argument, which is going to be whatever that argument is. And then, no, actually I need something else here. So I actually want to know if it's normal or insert. So that's what I think I was missing. That makes more sense now. So pixel to em normal. So if I'm doing pixel, if I'm converting pixel to em, I want to know if I'm coming from normal mode. Again, this will make more sense once I go back in here and start making changes. Well, not changes, but adding on some stuff. So I'm going to start it off with my Q args. And then from there, I'm going to say the is normal is going to be 1. And then the to type is going to be em because I'm converting to type em. All right, so now let's do one for insert, because basically what I want to happen is I want to be able to use this whether I'm in insert mode or normal mode and still make it work. And I want to have it take me back to normal mode if I'm in normal mode and take me back to insert mode if I'm in insert mode. One second. The more I drink, the easier this gets. Sorry. So yeah, so in here we're gonna say 0, right? Because now it's not going to be normal mode, it's gonna be insert mode. So now let's do the same thing. Let's speed this up because this is actually going kind of slow. All right, so let's say this is gonna be em to pixel, and it's gonna say normal. Let's just copy that. So here we're going to say it's going to be 1, but here we're going to pixel. All right. And then this is going to be pixel again. And then this is going to be insert. All right. So basically what I just did is that, so we're going to have these 5 different commands. Set default pixels, which I already tested out. Pixel to em normal, which means that we're going to convert to normal mode. Convert to em in normal mode. And then convert to em in insert mode, convert to pixel to in normal mode, convert to pixel in insert mode, right? So now we have all those things that we need. So let's just go ahead and test this out. So let's just say pixel. Oh, I gotta source it. Pixel em to insert. All right, let's just do normal because I don't have insert all set up yet. So pixel to em normal, right? So we're going to say 4.4. And as you see, it put in a 2.75 EM. It took the 4.4 and then added in a 1 so you know it's normal, and added in EM so then all of these functions will work. And then let's just do EM to pixel, right? So first, let's just set it back to 16. Let's say EM to pixel. Let's just do normal again, and let's just say 2. All right, so we got the 32px. So as you can see, we're like pretty much close to being done. So what we need to do now is do some mappings, okay? Because that is where it actually all comes together. So we need a couple of mappings. So let's say execute, and we're going to say, I don't want to do this, execute. So I'm just doing a mapping. So I need one for normal, and I need one for insert. So in no remap, in no remap. Okay, so we're going to say map that to pixel to EM map keys. So if we map that to pixel EM map keys, and then say, so we're going to say this is normal, right? So we're going to say, we're going to end up calling this command, which is going to be pixel to EM normal. All right. So now that we do that and we source it, I should be able to use those map keys, which I think I have as (PE), which it does. So pixel to EM normal, that's working. So I can just say 20, right? Bam, 1.25 EM. All right. So now we have that working. Now we're actually getting somewhere. So let's do one for the insert. So for the insert, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do this command in front of it. So anytime you do, let me just show you, just so you know what I'm talking about. So if you're in normal mode, right, and if you do control and O, what am I doing? If you're in insert mode and you do control and O, then you can actually do stuff and it takes you back to insert mode when you're done. But you can like do normal mode commands even though you didn't actually go into normal mode. So I can do something like echo hello. And see, you can actually call normal mode commands while you're in insert mode. So what we're going to do is do that for that. So it's going to say, and the only difference is it's going to be pixel to EM insert. All right. And then here it's going to be in the remap again. And we're going to say EM. So here we're going to do the EM to pixel keys. So this is going to change to EM to pixel normal. And then this one's going to change to EM to pixel insert, but we're going to add in the C-O. And then we need to also change this to represent the EM to pixel map keys. All right. So now we have all our mapping set. So if we have all our mapping set and we source this file, let's see. So we're just going to worry about the normal mode for now because I didn't do everything else. So EM to pixel. Oh. What am I doing? Not EM. EP. I couldn't type. Don't know why it's taking it up there, so it's something I did wrong. So let's figure that out. All right. So we have the command and we're saying equals A. So we're going into insert mode and then the CR, then we're doing result. And then here we're executing this plus the command. And let's just add one more thing here. Why is it going up there though? So that one is doing right. So what did I do wrong here? Oh, that's why. Should have been I here. I was like, why does this keep messing up? But typo. So actually, I don't think I need this. Source it again. Let's try this again. So let's do P pixel to EM 33. All right. Let's do EM to pixel. All right. So 352. All right. And let's do it from here, and then let's do EP. So as you see, is working. All right. So now we have that, what we need to focus on is the insert. So the reason why I left the insert for last, because there's a little bit different things that you have to take into consideration. All right. So let's just do something, because now we know that this is working for normal. So since we know we're doing that, let's just say if A is normal equals to 1, and then we're going to say else. So if it's normal mode, we're going to do that, right? But if it's insert mode, we got to do something a little bit different. So if it's insert mode, I want to say actually, let's do this. Let's actually take this out. So it's just a command by itself. And then let's actually append the A here, right? So what I did was I just took out the A here because I want to use the same command inside for the insert mode. So now it's doing the same thing. I just moved the A down here so I can go into append mode. So here, I actually want to do something a little bit different. So I want to say start. Start takes you into like an insert mode, basically. And then from there, I want to actually do call, is it find keys? Something keys. I can't remember what it's called now. No, not find keys. What is it called? Can't remember what it's called. What is that command called? Execute keys, show keys? No, something with the keys. Yeah, I can't remember. Insert mode Vim execute keys function. What is it called? Oh, why can't I remember this? I can't remember this. I don't know what it's called. But there's a reason why I gotta do it this way, because it won't work the other way. And it's not find keys. I'm pretty sure it's not find keys. That makes no sense. Nope. Execute. I'm pretty sure it's not that. Let's see here. This is definitely wasn't planned. Feed keys. Bam, got it. Just saw it somewhere. All right. So characters and strings are queued for processing as if they came from a mapping or were typed by the user. That's when I need the feed keys. Sorry guys, I can't remember it all. There's so much stuff in my head. I promise. All right. So call feed keys. And then the feed keys, I'm actually just going to feed the command. All right. So now let's see if I was in insert mode and I do comma PE. They put it there. Let's say here. Let's do it here. Comma PE. Put it there. And it put it in the right spot, I think. Yeah, because it put it before the O and the N. And if I do like comma EP, and then put it there for the PX. So now you have it for both ways. So so now that you have this done, what you can do is, so we have this done, right? Hopefully I actually did it all right. So what I can do is say, where is my GitHub? So I set this GitHub up. Hope I'm not sharing any personal information there. I don't think so. All right, good. Let's go ahead and add this remote. I'm going to actually show you how I can push this to GitHub and then download it, and then bam, my plugin works. Of course, I don't have any README files and all that stuff. I didn't do all that. I am going to do that at a different time, not in the recording, but just do it and upload it. Excuse me, but this video will take forever to do all that. All right. So now that I have that, what am I doing? All right. So am I not right? I had a help file there. Did I delete that? I don't remember. Whatever. I don't know. So there's the help. Why is it not showing the help file? That's so weird. Now I'm confused on why it's not showing. Oh yeah, because you think I need to go up a directory. No, that should still show. Sorry, getting sidetracked. I'm like, why is this not showing? But whatever. So let's just go ahead and paste that. So I'm going to add the remote. And is it? I don't already have this. Did I already do this? Maybe I added it before I started this video and I can't remember. Blame it on the drinks. Alright. Let me just make sure something. It is there, right? And there we go. I'm like, why? Sometimes I think I should maybe not drink as much when I'm doing these videos, because certain things I just be like, these very just like right there in front of my face and I can't even figure it out. Like, wake up. All right, I'm back, y'all. Okay, fine, I'm back. All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I already did this. So I guess I already have the remote added. So you get remote V. I'm just showing all my stuff here, but that's fine. Dot files is there. Oh, you know what? Damn, so weird. I got it. I need to actually init it. That's why, because I have this hooked up into another Git. So let's say git init. All right. So now if I do this, that was so easy, so simple. Why did I mess it up? So now I get status. Let's just actually remove this help file because that's not needed. And then now we do git status. We have this plugin, git add, git commit, initial, message, git commit, message, initial commit. All right. So git push origin master. Okay. So it should be on my GitHub now. All right. So if I go back here and refresh, I have it here. So now I should be able to, if I did this correctly, is go back into here and actually use that. Just replace it. And so now I should be able to do a plug install. So let's actually just close out of this just to make sure that nothing is still in here. Let's go back in just to make sure. And plug install. I think it just did it. Pixel EM converter, right? So I think it just did it. So now, if I did this correctly, I should be able to start using my plugin. And then I actually want to go in and make, let's test this out. Say 22. All right, so that works. That works. All right, let's try insert mode. That works. Okay, so let's actually try to do some custom, default mappings, because we did put that in the code, so we never actually tested it. So let's actually make sure that it works. All right. So To do that, let's just go into our Vim file. All right. So let's just put it where do I want to put it. Let's just put it right here. I mean, it's not the best place to put it, I know, but just so we can see if this is working. So let's say, I don't really remember what it was called at this point, so let's just do that. And then let's just say let's just copy it. So we're going to say let default pixel for the user equals 100 or something. Let's source it. All right. So now if we should be able to say echo g default pixel, right? 100. Cool. As you see, this is the user, but here I echoed the default pixels, which is what we set here. Because initially it was set at 16, right? But if the user gave us one, we're setting it at whatever they gave us. So we can also do the same thing if it's like, was a user using a Vim.rc file, or if, you know, creating whatever kind of Vim.rc file you want, or whatever kind of plugin that you want, somebody's using it. So let's just say, for instance, I had something like this, because right now I have it mapped to leader PE. So let's say if this was the user and say they had it mapped to leader 99 or something. Let's source it. And then if I do leader PE, well, I think it's still probably sourced. I might have to restart it. But leader 99 definitely should work. Why is that not working? Wait, can I just have it in? There we go. So I think I did something wrong, but why is... So leader PE is still working. I may have to like restart it so it doesn't work anymore. But right now leader 99 is also working. So if I do leader 99, because it's I guess because already the mapping was already set, so I have to like restart Vim, so it doesn't know about it. But if I do leader 99, if I do 33 or something, it still works. And if you want to do the same thing for the EM to pixel for the map keys, you can still get it to work. So that's basically it. Yeah, so I just thought that was pretty cool that you can actually build a plugin with that. Now, my hair is a mess. Without doing too much work. It's not really a mess. It's just dry. I need to put some oil in it. But other than that, it's kind of cool. So yeah, so that's all you need to do. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling because I've been drinking a little bit and sometimes I lose my train of thought a lot. But yeah, so that's how you do a Vim plugin from scratch. And if you're liking these videos, please go ahead and subscribe because I will appreciate it. And hit me down in the comments if you have any questions or concerns or likes or dislikes. You know, just let me know because, you know, I love learning and I love talking to people about learning and I love sharing whatever I've learned with you guys because I want everybody to learn as much as they can. All right. And with that being said, peace out. See you next time. Peace.